Hi guys, Robert Sinclair here, Born Focus Films, and today we're going to speak about composition. First of all, learning great composition is key to any filmmaking. Starting out, I was awful at it. I was kind of just point and shoot, but now I've dived right into filmmaking. Composition and lighting is everything for me. So today we're going to talk about my 5 tips on how to improve better composition. Tip number 1, fill your frame. Make sure any background objects are not distracting. Make sure that your subject is in focus and is the main part of the frame. Use certain camera movements to evoke certain emotion. Rule number 2 is the rule of thirds, or maybe I should have put that third. So rule of thirds: set up your camera, get the grids on your camera. For my instance, I use a monitor, a small HD monitor. I'll get the grids on there, and say if I'm shooting landscapes, I will place my subject, well not subject, I'll place my horizon on 1 or 2 of them horizontal lines. So if the sky looked pretty, I'd probably place my horizon on the bottom line. So then looking at the sky, and there's more emphasis on the pretty sky. If I wanted to make the bottom half look pretty regarding leading lines or a road, mountains, etc., I'd place them in the top line. Subject wise, for weddings I like to create conversations, so I'll put my subjects on the vertical line on one of the sides, leaving them talk space to create conversations within the next scene and the next scene. I'll normally place their eyes on the top horizontal third.
Mr. and Mrs. Smith, what an adventure for us that lies ahead. 7 years have flown by and I can't wait for them.
3 is symmetry. Symmetry I kind of use with a wide angle lens. I'll use it for establishing shots, maybe of the venue. In weddings I like to use mirrors or glass. You can use glass to create soul in your film and make it look symmetrical. Tip number 4 is create depth. In my films I love to create depth. This is when you got something in the foreground and something in the background. This here gives the viewers a sense of where they are, a sense of visualizing where the depth is. This creates layers within the image. Now regarding filmmaking, when I'm shooting weddings, I'll add depth in with the guests, and I'll use different foreground and I'll use different background items to create depth, and I'll also use a shallow depth of field where I'll bring my aperture right down to create more depth in the scene. Tip number 5 is leading lines. Leading lines is a very powerful visual aid that can also create depth. When I'm filming, I like to look for bridges, roads, or any directs or lines in front of me that can create the viewers focus right into the subject that I want them to focus on. Okay, so a quick look back on creating better composition would be fill the frame, rule of thirds, create symmetry in your image, create depth, and use them leading lines to make your image pretty and focus the viewers on your subject. So go and grab your camera, practice composition, take photos, film whatever you can, and stay creative. Born Focus Films out. Ta-da!